Hello everybody. I viewed the video today of Jerry out of Manitoba who was arrested, and we're going to talk about that video that's embedded in the title of this video. Groundbreaking. A sergeant, not sure the police force in question. I didn't get a good look in that video of their uniforms, but it's what that sergeant said. He goes, "The Queen, by orders of the Queen." That's who they swear their oath to. Now that's important because Elizabeth II says, and the UK say explicitly, they have had nothing to do with Canada in any legal official governing powers since 1952. The entire UNSC say that's false. They've never told Canada. None of them have. UK swears by it. Top experts in the UK, if you don't believe me, that organization follows me on Twitter. The world's waking up to Canada. And that officer of the law, that sergeant who's just doing his job, everybody, he's following the orders. Even he believes through the Constitution he's doing his job because the Crown, Governor General and Lieutenant Governor, and I believe in Manitoba, this was done by the Premier of Manitoba through Lieutenant Governor. Wouldn't matter either way, but Lieutenant Governor has used that crown power of Her Majesty. But who is Her Majesty? It's not Elizabeth, and I can tell you, I've already done a video in Queen's Park, Toronto, in that very old legislature, all the Crown colonial history, and it stops. Queen's Park and the legislature stop in 1948. They stop. They have one monolith. Anyone who goes to Queen's Park, ask any Ontarian, go around, look at all the statues, all the memorabilia. Queen Elizabeth gets black dirt in the ground and a little plaque, Elizabeth's Rose Garden. Her father, King George VI, is erased. They stop in 1948. Why does Canada do that? Why do they stop? Because the Constitution has not been amended. The gross, disgusting constitutional crisis, absolute. It was absolute through colonialism, but it's absolute now. Who is the Crown colonial power? Well, that's every Prime Minister and Premier elected. Every single one. They have stolen Queen Victoria's power that was ended by King George VI. Absolutely. He died, and his daughter at 27 years old, who is Queen Elizabeth II now, has not had anything officially in governing or anything else to do with Canada. Strictly ceremonial. Canada repatriates her. She's done ceremonial works, but has not, I repeat, not enacted any of the lieutenant governors or governor general. They are appointed by none other than Justin Trudeau and all his predecessor prime ministers. And guess who that was? All lieutenant governors today are either by Justin Trudeau or Stephen Harper. That's it. The actions that the police are doing were done because of the power bestowed upon them by none other than Stephen Harper and Justin Trudeau. I can back all this up. It doesn't matter what Canadians want to believe or lunatic political parties, what they're going to say about me. The reality is, I'm the Canadian who's on the world stage. People can laugh at that. Check on my Twitter who's following me. I can't make this stuff up. Those organizations are real. You can look at them, where they come from, who empowers them. Look at all the legal experts I have accumulated. I don't publish that. I won't publish that. When we get official party status, which the government can't stop me, when I check, cross the T's, dot all the I's, it's going to happen. They can keep limiting, keep putting in restrictions, but eventually it's going to end. It's going to end, because what's Canada do when the entire world's opened up and Canada's still in lockdowns and restrictions? How long are they going to spit in the Allies' face? How long is China, Russia, USA, UK, and France going to sit back while Canada takes a whopping horking spit in their face. How long? Canada doesn't have this power. They're not to have this power. It's already getting out there. I'm writing a paper. I've already introduced it. You've all seen it. That's going to our 3 top universities in Canada. All 3. I'm likely going to win it because it's groundbreaking. It's true. It's verifiable by all the countries in the world. Canada's alone. You guys, Canada's broken. We are a constitutional crisis. Governor General Chief Justice Wagner, I don't know as a judge how you're going to continue this farce. Now, I know you've changed some of the definition of Governor General for the public, but these half-truths or full-blown lies to all Canadians is going to have to come to an end. You can't keep committing a genocide against the Indigenous people that you call them, the Canoe people they call themselves. I use the term First Nations, First Peoples, because I'm white. The reality is Canada has the grossest, sickest current amount of human rights violations in the entire world. Longest running. Absolutely bar none. Not only that, they have taken colonial power from Queen Victoria, outlawed, ruled illegal by USA, Russia, UK, France, and China, the 5 powers of this world. How long until this is educated to them in entirety? How long until Canadians start continually crying out, using the hashtag World Constitutional Day? I've tagged President Joe Biden, 2 senators, both Republican, Democrat, some top senators there, as well as Donald Trump Jr., and even the Donald Trump account, as well as Kelly Knightcraft, former UNSC, still has lots of international ties, lots. This truth is getting out. That sergeant said by Her Majesty the Queen. Elizabeth says no, I most certainly did not. The UK says no, they certainly did not. The House of Lords says no, they certainly did not order that in Canada. They don't do your government. So who is Queen? In your Constitution, who is Queen? That is Justin Trudeau right now. Before him was Harper. All politicians you elect to office provincially, territorially, or federally, there's a division of 2 powers here. The crown's split evenly. Half to the federal, half to all the provinces and territories. All the arrests happening today are jointly done through Justin Trudeau and each and every premier of the province, through the crown colonial powers of Lieutenant Governor and Governor General. Illegal in this world today. It's coming. I'm going to pioneer that. Whether people like it as a hero or not, the reality is all politicians are busted. If you don't have a political politician right now in a party addressing this and saying, yes, we need to have constitutional dismemberment and redesign of the federal, as well as absolute design of all the provinces. If you don't get that, I can promise you all Canadians, you're not in communism. You're much, much worse than communism. You're in divine right of the politician, meaning worse than communism. Because even at least in communism, they've limited the people's rights, but everybody's equal. In Canada, the politician can order your life destroyed, even have the police murder you legally and call that justified. It's happened many times. It's not the police's fault. It's not the lawyer's fault. It's not the judge's fault. It's not multinationals' fault. It's not the UN's fault. It is your corrupt, filthy politicians. Absolutely, provably, the Liberals and the Conservatives, those 2 political parties, stole this illegal world power, have been utilizing it since 1952. Now, UK committed atrocities before that, as did all colonials. We can go through the Nazis. All the colonial countries did. USA and Russia, in a large part, whether you like their systems of government, have had to clean up the world mess. That's why they are the most powerful armies and military in the entire world. People call them, that's the corruption of Canada, saying they're bad, Russia bad, USA bad. And I have a poll to prove it, a real poll showing Russians' views, Americans' views, and Canadians' views. And Russia and USA at large don't see Canada for what it is, but they will. They will, Canadians. This video, I hope it lasts forever. Independent news, it's a great video. You got the police, which again, it's not their fault. They are sworn oath to the Constitution of Canada, Her Majesty the Queen. Well, who is the Queen? Because it's not Elizabeth who made this happen. She had no say. It's Queen Victoria, the power of Queen Victoria on all your politicians. That's my video. Share, it's huge, it's important. Inside the title is the link. World experts will see this. I'll make sure I'm going to record it anyway on my own video. I'm going to share that in my Zooms and show people how Canadian police talk when they're enacting the Health Act. How they talk. Who is commanding them? They say it's the Queen. It's not. It's stolen crown power. Police are enforcing illegal world laws. You talk about Nazis. This is the power of colonialism. It's what made the Nazis. It's what forces our judges, our lawyers, our police, our military to behave in this manner. It's not about what you believe or don't believe, everybody. It's what's real and what's illegal in this world today. Never again. Canada, you're no longer really an ally anymore. You're an Axis power. Today, that police officer stated, I am an Axis power. I am no different than any of the others before me, which the most very recent was the Nazi Party of Germany. A war of the colonial powers. Canada, a colony, a constitution based in colonialism. UK gave it all up, absolutely. King George VI did this. His daughters never used any of that power because it's not hers anymore. UK made a promise to the world they would never ever do it again. So did France. So did all the Axis powers too, or they wouldn't be in the UN. They had to give up colonialism. Right now, I'm not going to get into the other nations, but Canada is one of a very few that is absolutely utilizing the same power that's been outlawed absolutely in this world, 110%. I'm going to get to the ICC. I'm going to get to the UNSC. This alone is going to the UK organization that follows me on my Twitter. Top organization of the UK. That's going to the House of Lords. And let them say, why is a Canadian police officer arresting somebody and saying that he was ordered by Her Majesty the Queen? Because I promise you, Elizabeth didn't order this. She has nothing to do with it. And if you're going to use the name of a queen, the colonial Queen Victoria, that's also illegal. That puts you, officers, lawyers, justices, it puts you in absolutely illegal definition worldwide. Makes you rogue. Makes you just like the Nazi Party. Where will that go in the ICC? What will the world powers vote for there? Again, I'm not blaming the police officers. I'm not blaming lawyers, judges, military, all public servants. I'm blaming absolutely 1952. I'm not going after UK for its previous history or France or anybody else. I am looking at the world changed. These are the new laws, this new system, and Canada is rogue going the other way. And it's ruled never again. That's what the Allies said. They can execute over that. That's what I'm bringing forward. Thanks. Share if you're not a sucker. Bye now.